It's a well-known idea in the spiritual world to see suffering, things in our life that go not in the way we like them to go, being a reaction of karma. And many of us are still trying to understand what karma is. What is karma? My definition is it is the active unconscious thought patterns. I say active because you can have inactive unconscious thought patterns. And that's when you forgive yourself for something. So let's say you stole something in the past, but now you've come to this understanding that you were young. I'm thinking for myself, right? I remember stealing a pack of cards out of a store when I was like, maybe 7 years old. And do I believe that karma is still active within me? No. Because I understand that I was acting unconsciously at the time. I was very young. But then you have those things, let's say something more intense, where maybe you have cheated on someone or killed someone. These kind of things are very deep within the psyche, and they're active. Okay. But even still, we have things in which we haven't done anything, but yet someone will say it's karma. We don't see how we have created this. In fact, we feel like it's not fair to say we've created this, because we don't see any evidence that we have done anything to deserve what we're getting. And you have the masters who then say, well, it's happened in a past life then. Okay, fair enough, but it's nothing tangible, right? And so I have a friend of mine I was speaking to. He was talking about a relationship he's in, and why did he have to be in a relationship like this? He was having so much frustration of how he could have created such a thing. And what I was just starting to realize in this moment is we don't realize how much we overindulge or overreact to things, whether it's in this life or another. So for instance, you can always say it comes from a past life, or it comes from this, it comes from that. But you still don't have a clear clue of how it all came about in the first place. How could it go from one thing to such a big thing now? And what I came to understand in this moment is that we overreact to the Maya. Maya meaning the physical reality. We have an overindulgent reaction to it. So that means, just for instance, if you get a pain, right? Let's say you get a paper cut. That paper cut stings, but it won't sting but so bad if you don't put a whole lot of energy towards it. But if you do, what can happen? You can get stressed out. You can stress yourself out to the point that then you no longer will go out that night, right? Because you're just so upset over a little paper cut. So then your friends are upset with you because now you said, I'm not going out because I'm just now in a bad mood. But it all started from this paper cut. But you allowed it to fully take your whole day over. Right? So now you're just in a bad mood. Now you're just watching TV. Now you got people upset with you. Next thing you know, you snowballed into this whole other thing. Maybe it's gotten to the point where you've gotten in a fight with a good friend. Okay, so now you're in a fight with a good friend, and it's just like, how did all this happen? And so what we have to come to realize is there's always going to be suffering. That's why the master says, get beyond joy and suffering and find peace. So I remember I forget his name at the time, but there's a enlightened being who said he had got shot. He actually had gotten shot. And he said the whole time he was in the hospital just laughing and joyous. So it's not that the masters, or you reach some level where you no longer have suffering. As long as you're in the physical world, you're going to have suffering. That won't disappear. But how we react to it is what counts. Because we go beyond the joy. We go beyond the suffering. We find the peace. That inner peace that comes from within. So that's when I realized in this moment, when I was reviewing this moment with my friend, when he was saying, how did I create this? And you could say, well, maybe it's a past life. Maybe you did something to somebody in a past life. Yeah, but what it really comes down to is you overreacted to your suffering. You put too much focus, like when they say the cup is half empty or half full. You looked at some suffering that you were going to undergo, as we always undergo something, and you made it into more than what it needed to be. And from that, it snowballs. And next thing you know, that's how you wind up creating all this drama. Because you are, you're looking to find something in something that needs no more investigation. Stop investigating. Stop putting a microscope under something that really no longer needs to be talked about. Just go with it, like Baba says, every moment is new. Let every moment be new. So, I wanted to share that today. I didn't plan on doing a video today, but I wanted to put that out there as it is a great teaching. So, happy Saturday. Be well.